word alone can be challenging. How do we get started? Where will the change lead? Don't sit there and worry about it. Be the change. Welcome to Be the Change Radio. Host Christina Bloom has been a professional psychic and spiritual advisor for 20 years, offering psychic and mediumship readings for individuals and groups. She also teaches several classes in psychic development and metaphysics. In addition, she is an author who has published 2 books so far and is the co-owner of Moonbow Publications and Productions, LLC. Are you ready for that change now? Here is your host of Be the Change Radio, Christina Bloom.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining me again. You're listening to Be the Change Radio on WLTK-DB.com, Paranormal Talk Radio. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. We got so much fun stuff. Oh, big announcement coming up. Another big announcement coming up that I'm going to do first is that the station is going to be taking an end of summer vacation. So from the 4th to the 11th of September, we won't have any live shows. And so yay, I get my birthday off. Yay. All right. So super excited that our producer is finally taking some time off, and I bet his family is just as excited because they probably don't see much of him. So it's awesome that he's taking that time off, and the station is taking a break as kids are getting back to school. So it's a really nice time to do that. So no programming for those days. And I only have one announcement for an event coming up in September. I'm taking some time off too, as long as everybody else is. I'm going to be taking it off. I will be open for appointments during the week, and looks like I've got some internet things again. So all you have to do is email psychicchristina67@gmail.com, and I'll get you set up with an appointment. So that is something to keep in mind, and I would love to do some readings for you. So please feel free to contact me at that email address. Again, that's psychicchristina67@gmail.com. Okay, so now the other big announcement. I would like to introduce you guys to someone. He was my first guest when I started this show almost a year ago. So let's bring out Logan Jacobson.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Logan. All right, what do we got going on? I'm going to let you make the first announcement.
Well, I'm actually very excited because coming up this September 19th, we are going to be doing a show called The Paranormal Room.
Yeah, and us.
Yes, both of us. We will be co-hosting it.
Yes.
It's every week. We'll have a different subject to go over, and you can send in your personal stories. And we do encourage you to be willing to come on the show and tell your own personal side of the story in something other than just writing. But we completely understand if you're not ready for that kind of exposure.
Yeah, so let me just give you some examples of some of the shows or some of the topics that we will put up, and it's one topic a week. So let's see, we have Encounters with Cryptids. That sounds like fun.
Oh, yes.
Paranormal Encounters on the Job. All right, that sounds like a fun one too. Holiday paranormal. Like, do y'all have weird stuff happen around the holidays? In my family, weird stuff always happens around the holidays. So
all the time.
And Nikki, you are awesome. Like, seriously, we should have Nikki on just so that she can be a commentator, because she's amazing. She's always posting it here. And Logan, if you go to the comment section, you'll be able to see it. So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Strange animal encounters, extraterrestrial encounters, like anything paranormal. But we're only going to ask one question a week. So we'll ask it on the day of the show, except the week before our first show, I'm just going to, I'll announce that one. And then you'll have from the announcement on my Monday night show, this show, until Friday at midnight to submit your stories. And again, that's at WLTK-DB paranormal room at gmail.com. Okay. You have till Friday at midnight every week to send in your story for the next week. And then that gives Logan and I a few days to go through the stories, and we'll pick the ones that we think are the most interesting out of all the stories submitted. And for the top, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 people, we'll see how it goes. Will be sent an invitation to appear on the show to tell their story. So
absolutely. So don't bring any of those weak stories and save your better ones for later. No, we need the good ones now.
Yes. I have a feeling Nikki might be on a lot. I just have a feeling.
We shall see.
She's got some great stories. So, Todd, can you show us just a little bit of what we're looking forward to? Hello? Nikki
Todd
says she'll get to writing. Hello. I think he's looking for it. There it is.
There we go.
All right, guys, that is our banner. And in that banner, every week, we will put the topic for the coming week. So,
that was actually
Nikki.
my first time seeing that banner with that level of presentation. Like it almost made my heart skip a beat.
I know, right? Me too. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I just love it. So we are going to be telling Logan. Logan has a YouTube channel and a Facebook page or two, and
yes,
he can be telling us about those too, because he's got some great stuff going on there. And we are really just going to be sharing as spooky fun vibes. Yes. And in October, we will be doing both shows 2 weeks in a row. One with a crew that's doing a haunted house in upstate New York. And then the next week, we will be doing both shows with a crew from the Dark Waters Paranormal Conference. So we're going to have some really fun, interesting stuff going on there. So I am super excited. I'm so grateful that Logan has agreed to be my co-host, because we're going to have some fun.
I'm glad to have been invited, honestly. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Nikki is so excited.
I can see that.
Nikki needs her own show. I think we need to recruit Nikki to have a show. Like, she would have the most enthusiastic show on radio. She really would. She's amazing. All right, Logan, is there anything else that you want to add?
I'm once again really looking forward to doing this show. If you have any interest in gaming content, please pop over to YouTube and check me out at Turtle Island Gaming at youtube.com. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitch. Pop over, give me a shout out, see what I've got to offer, and stay shiny.
Awesome. Thank you, Logan. See you soon.
Thanks for having me. See you soon.
All right, great. Okay. Nikki says, heck yes, sign me up. All right, Nikki, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to send you an email. So, well, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'll get a hold of you. So really excited about this. My next guest, I love having 2 guests in a row. This is fun. Okay. So my next guest is an amazing massage therapist and energy worker and light worker, and just the energy that radiates off this guy is so cool. If you live in the Bellevue, Washington area and you want to get a massage, book with this guy, because he books out quite a ways. You're going to need to make an appointment, but he is amazing. I know, I've had one of his massages. It was awesome. Larry Banning, come on out. Let's talk. Hey, hello. Larry.
Hi.
It's so funny. I have been wanting to have you on my show, and we were talking earlier about how massage and those other modalities, right? So we've got massage, and we've got sorry, I saw somebody else in here too. Nikki, you're not alone. Michelle's here. Hi, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Oh, Nikki says hi, Larry.
Hi, Nikki.
So we were talking about how what used to be considered like luxuries, we are really understanding now are really necessities for healthcare. And
Yeah,
so
it's
tell us about that.
it's huge because we are wired to receive touch. It's for our physical and mental, emotional health.
Right.
And that's why, since we've been walking around this planet, we've always been in groups. I mean, if you're alone, I mean, you're going to suffer because we are social creatures,
Yeah,
and having just therapeutic touch, period, is huge.
it is. And then when you have someone who is as obviously gifted as you are, like, is wow. I've
Right.
never had a massage like that in my life. It was amazing. Um, so tell us about how you combine touch with energy.
So it was a bit of a discovery. Started out with Reiki, and the intuitive view that led up to getting the Reiki attunements and discovering that I am an energy healer. And it's
Yeah.
like, how do I do this? And I was at a job and it just wasn't going well. It felt like my knees were in the pavement. And it's like, I have to do something. So a year later from that, I just kind of called out to the universe and said, hey, I need some help here. I don't know where to go. Build me a bone. Where do I take this? And I went to my email, and the first line said, have you considered massage therapy as a career? And I said, sweet, there's my answer. So I applied, and massage by nature is energy work, whether we
Right.
realize that we're doing it or not, because you are in someone's energy field. I mean, you
Yeah.
are making contact with muscle tissue and even into the body.
Mm-hmm.
And learning the massage part and finding your path and finding your way with that, and with how you are as an individual. Um, do you find your path with that massage and what modalities work for you and how you express that with what you do? But the energy aspect, like Reiki, was quite natural for me to use because I've been using it since 2007 on myself for years.
Right.
It's helped me get rid of depression and anxiety and even
Yeah.
hay fever. I just, you put the effort in and do the work. And by doing,
Absolutely.
yeah, and by doing that, you are able to have these experiences. And by having these experiences firsthand, you're able to communicate those more efficiently to people who are coming to see you.
Right. I want to say hi to Susan too, who just jumped on here. So, hi, Susan. Thank you for being with us. Oh, you know what? I hate to interrupt you. Susan, if you could pass on to Sarah, who I know is very busy right now, that she won the contest for the naming of the new show, I'd appreciate it. Sarah Williamson was our winner, and I forgot to say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Larry. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow
It's
there.
okay. It's all right. So by working with the Reiki, you build a personal relationship with that, you know. And then by working with people with massage, you find yourself and you build yourself a personal relationship with what you do and how you massage.
Mhm.
And then integrating the two was quite naturally. So one of the things that I do run Reiki pretty much every session that I do. Um, and it helps with my palpatory skills. So I can have this communication with the nervous system. It's what I call deep listening. So, and also just where I'm working, like say on the quad muscle, can
Mhm.
actually use Reiki to extend your physical palpation into the muscle tissue, into the compartment of the region, and feel around and get feedback from there too. But
That's
it also
powerful.
helps you monitor from the bottom of the foot to the top of the head.
Mm-hmm.
Because what an area that you're working on right now, it could be tying into somewhere else, and that's like, just through myofascial lines, and also with fascia, because those we're all interconnected. I mean, we have this very complex three-dimensional space, and when you add emotions in it,
Mm-hmm.
that's a fourth dimensional space. So it's just working with that, and then we move in this three-dimensional space also. And one of the first things that I found when I started massaging it, and it was like in the first 3 months, I was going crazy. I was bored, and it's like, I can't do this. I'm used to working with my head and hands,
Yeah.
and if they're not communicating with each other, I'm going to drop it. It's like, I want nothing to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like that with massage. And because I just right out of school, and the basic modality they teach is Swedish. It's a great foundation to learn from, and it does work. However, it's just like, for me, it's like I can't do that. So I'd rather just stare at the wall. And so I just had these conversations with myself. How can I change this so it fits and integrates with how I process things? And the first thing was, it's like, well, we move three-dimensionally. When you're laying on a massage table, and you're being kneaded with Swedish, it's very one-dimensional. But what if I ended up like moving the arm around and doing a myofascial stroke? So that way the arm itself is going through its natural motion, and then we're opening up that and lengthening up, creating space in that pathway for that movement. And
Yeah.
then from there, you kind of move in a little bit tighter, to where if you take the arm, if you look at it in its basic concept, in the engineering level, it's a cylinder. And you have a tricep, a bicep, a deltoid, and the middle tricep in the middle of the arm. And so it's just one cylinder surrounded by four cylinders. There's a space between those cylinders called the intramuscular septum. So open that space up. So these muscles that do their actions are not fighting against each other. They're not stuck. So it will take less energy for the movement, and also for the joints too,
Right.
because the muscle tissue and bone tissue in its basic form is a lever and pulley system. So when you have one chain of that disrupted in any way, it's going to affect the chain below, above it, and even all the way across the other end.
Okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. I mean, it's, everything is connected, right? So
It
the whole
is.
body is connected, but the soul is also connected in the body, and
Yes, it
using
is.
the energy, that's where it goes deeper, is when we're using, I know, because I'm a Reiki master like you are, and um, just using Reiki, the healing can be amazing. I mean, any kind of energy work, really, but the healing can be amazing because it literally goes soul deep. And having had a massage from you, that is actually the only massage. That's actually the last really good massage I've had. Some students had given me a gift certificate, and I went and I got the massage, and I knew that the person I was going to see was a Reiki master. So I was like, great, I'm really looking forward to this. And we're like, we're not allowed to do Reiki here.
Huh.
Um, well, how do you stop it?
Well,
So,
well, well, that's the thing. It's like,
yeah,
I've
you
been
can't
asked that
stop it.
before. It's like, well, can you turn it on and off? No,
No.
I cannot turn this off, and I don't want to. I love Reiki. I
Yeah,
walk
that
in the
energy is
grocery store.
amazing.
I walk in a grocery store. Bam, Reiki's out in front of me. Pick up
Yeah,
some food. Reiki it.
yeah.
You can Reiki anything, and it has helped me so much. But it is, I think, in the most profound way that it's helped me to open up my heart,
Mm-hmm.
to where I can now offer this to people,
Mm-hmm.
because doing heart-centered work and healing work is just so absolutely amazing. It changes you as
It
a person.
does. It does.
Yes,
I couldn't agree
to help
more.
people on this level, it could be it's very profound because you actually get to experience yourself on that level.
Right.
You know, because we all have things going on, you know, and it's like what's in our toolbox to help heal or resolve that, you know. And we always don't understand that process or even have the tools, or even if we do, how do we use them, you know. And I think the combination of Reiki and massage gives me a great foundation in my toolbox.
Are
So
you able to see the comments, Larry?
um no, I don't. Oh
Okay,
wait,
so
hold
in
on.
upper right corner, yeah,
Okay, here we
click on
go.
comments.
Yeah,
Read
I'm
that
on.
last comment.
Oh my God, that's going to be so fun. I can't wait.
No. Wait, there's one. Michelle wrote, "That's so
Well,
cool. I know a dentist who incorporates Reiki during
oh
her dental practice."
yes, yeah. I
That
mean,
is so beautiful.
you're that is awesome. Your level of
Yeah.
communication is just so spatially out there,
Hmm.
and your antenna is just cranked up to 11.
It really is. I
Yeah,
totally agree. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's it's very profound. I mean, you feel stuff around you just walking around, just doing your thing. But then when you're connected to another human being on this, and it's what you feel is quite amazing, you know.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that deep listening to the nervous system, because you can see their breathing change, their body relax, and they kind of go into these theta or even a delta wave, you know, as the massage can progress, and even with the Reiki session. And someone could be on the table and they could be sleeping and just very quiet, and then you go to another region, say the calf muscle, and you make contact with that, and also they're really chatty and they're talking. And as soon as you move off of that into, say, the hamstrings or the foot, you know, the next space, quiet, they're back sleeping. So that there is an indicator, or a measurement that you can use, that there is emotional something emotional that they're holding down there, because we get our emotions and we stuff them in, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, you know.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Ideally, no, but yeah, we
yeah,
all do it.
no, yeah. We all stuff our emotions in there.
Yeah.
We pack them away, you know, and they build up and build up, and that intensity builds up. And some of them we forget, and some of them are very close to the surface, and some of them can be, you know, less, and some of it can be very traumatic.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Even incorporating massage when someone is going through an emotional experience, an emotional release, it can be traumatic with them, but doing the Reiki on myself, I have found that conversation to talk to myself. So I'm able to communicate that to the client. You know,
Yeah.
you're in a safe space, you know, and if you feel comfortable, you go ahead and cry. It's okay. There's no judgment here. It's presenting itself because it wants to be released. It it's time for it to move on. And even with the physical massage, that can happen sometimes.
Yeah. I've got a weird noise here and I don't know what it is. It's kind of, I don't know if anyone else is hearing it, but um, so we had talked a little bit about how this is so much more important than relaxing, you know, and how it's always been seen as a luxury, or back to the old massage parlor days, you know,
Yes, yeah,
and how much massage is, and not just massage. I mean, with massage, energy work,
acupuncture,
reflexology,
yeah, all
acupuncture,
that.
acupressure, all of that is health care. And you
Yeah,
live in a state where massage is covered by health insurance. I
I
do
do.
not.
However, I do not take health insurance.
Right, right. But I'm just saying, you know, it's like it really kind of depends where you live, because some states recognize it as health care
Yes,
and other states recognize it as, oh, isn't that nice? You can go get a massage,
yes. Well,
you
I
know, so
think
it's very different.
in the Seattle area where I live, you know, it's pretty progressive, and
Hmm.
there are a lot of people open to a lot of various healing modalities, massage, Reiki, acupuncture. I mean, and that's what's great about it, because you can find something that fits you.
Right.
and being open like that, you know, you're more wanting the line to go do it, you know, and have that experience. Because usually it's just like, especially with men, it's like, oh, I'm not going to go get a massage, you know. You know, my leg's fine, you know, until the leg falls off.
Yeah.
That's when they come in, right? And I was
Or stop working or whatever.
yeah. And now you progressed in that pain pattern so much, it's going to take more work to pull it out. So being more reactive to it than proactive. Proactive is always better,
Right.
you know. But we're always going to have little aches and pains here. I mean, we're organic, and that's just the way that it is. We use our bodies, you know.
Right. So we will be back with Larry. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back and talk more about healing modalities. And
if you're a fan of the paranormal world, then you'll love WLTK-DB Talk Radio. Talk shows bringing you the latest on everything paranormal, cryptozoological, metaphysical, true crime, psychic readings, and more. The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.
The station mobile app is finally here and ready for you to download free. With the app, you can listen to past shows, view upcoming live shows, read our blog, and even shop. Get yours today at the App Store and Google Play under WLTK-DB Talk Radio. Stay connected and informed. WLTK-DB Talk Radio mobile app. It's yours. Go get it. Come see our new station shop for some amazing top quality merchandise. There is something for everyone, like blankets, electronics, clothing, and much more. Head on over to WLTK-DB.com and click shop to show your support by sporting our logo. The WLTK-DB Station Shop at WLTK-DB.com. Paranormal talk is our business. And business is good.
I love that intro music. I'm always like, here, before you can see me come back on camera, I'm dancing. Like, all right, so it's 33 minutes past the hour, and I am here with Larry Banning, and we're talking about alternative health. And you know what? I don't even like calling it alternative health. I like calling it holistic health, because it really is part of the whole idea of health and where all of that goes. And including that, I'm going to put out music, because Larry, oh my God, if you have not heard him play the guitar, it brings me to tears. And Larry and I did some recording together a few years ago. And when you go to my website and you listen to those free meditations, there is, I think, some of them have Native American flute. That's with Rana Yellow Robe. The other ones have Larry's original music in there. And he plays singing bowls like an instrument. It's amazing. Like, I have singing bowls. My singing bowls don't sing the way his singing bowls sing. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's absolutely beautiful.
You can add Reiki to that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was the guitar that taught me how to play these bowls.
Okay, tell us about that.
And so the bowls have like 3 tones to them. There's a low, mid, and a high tone. And what you're doing is you're listening to the sine wave that it's putting out. Is it closed or is it nice and open? If it's closed, there's something going on that level. So the lower the tone, the closer to the body is. And this is working with the energy field. The higher the tone, the farther away out it is from it. And then if you play one or two together, you're listening to the two, and how is that field communicating to those two bowls at once when you play them. But even when you ring all 7 of them, how do they sound? Because it's amazing that one will just pop out. There it is.
Yeah.
And when you can identify it, yeah, and you identify that one, say it's a throat chakra bowl, and you work on that. You get that bowl and you can work around that, give Reiki, even massage, and go back and ring it again and check, and you can move it around the field. Again, it's a different tool that can be used with body work. And I also have tuning forks that I use, forks that can be placed on the body, and forks that work with the energetic field itself. So working with the bowls is great. I have a Tibetan set, and they're made out of 7 different types of metals that represent the planets.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, they're very cool. And so I feel that there's a lot of energy in them. I connected with this set I found online, and I looked at it and said, oh yes, that's me. It's like walking in a music store. You see a guitar way back in the corner, but there's a light shining behind it, and then with oh,
Yeah, exactly.
I just like, okay, I'm buying that guitar. And
Yeah.
it was the same thing when I seen this set, So when I got them, it's like I bought them in. It's just like, wow, this is really cool. And you just kind of feel them. And it takes a little bit of practice because each bowl has its own personality. When you strike the bowl with the rim shot, the force of the strike will, of course, increase or decrease the volume. And it depends on what you're doing. You don't always have to hit them to get a very loud sound in order for them to work. I mean, you don't want to be doing that by the eardrums. You're going to blow someone's ears out, But sometimes just hitting that note, hitting that rim, just nice and subtle is enough to give you that information on what the next step is. And then you rim it, and that's when it starts to, it starts pulsating, and all these different tones kind of weave in and out of each other, and you can move around the field, and it will tell you right here, because that will go out of sync. One of those sine waves will go out of sync, and it's like, okay, this is where we work. What do we need to do? And sometimes you go to a tuning fork. I have a tuning fork here that actually, this is for the energetic body.
Okay.
And it's an ohm frequency, and it's a very high hertz. I don't remember what it is. But so if I'm not I find it with the bowl, but it's like, okay, I still need to do a little bit of detective work here. I will ring this, and I will place it over the body and move it and close my eyes, and then it bounces back in my third eye, and I can see what's going on. It's scrying is what it is. And it's quite fascinating on how detailed it can be, because you can actually see the the energy, for instance, that's wrapped around the muscle tissue, and you can be very fiber specific when you go in for the massage to do that. And it's like, okay, there it is. And it can also tell you on how deep into the body it is also.
Right. And one of the things that I have to say was really helpful for me when you did that massage for me. And I remember I was having, well, of course, I'd just driven like 3,000 miles or something ridiculous, but I think it was in my neck. And I asked you if you could see what was going on in there. And you described exactly what you saw inside my body, inside the muscle tissue.
Yeah.
You have this amazing psychic ability to literally see what's going on inside of someone's body, like an x-ray or like a camera that's moving through the body.
Well, I had a wonderful teacher, Christina.
I just find it amazing.
Yeah, well,
thank you. Thank you for that.
Study. Part of that academic study, but also you do the work on yourself.
Yeah.
And academic study, anatomy is important. It's really important because you know exactly where you're at. You know if nerves are passing through there, if it's a blood supply, whatever it is. You don't have to be an anatomist to know it, but it's important to know what's going on where you're working.
Yeah,
Because
Nikki has a question about that. Nikki's
so,
question is, when you can see the energy, what does it look like?
so it goes right into back into anatomy. When I see
Okay.
the energy, if I'm scanning using the tuning fork over the spine, I see the spinal nerves. However, the nerves, when I see them, they light up blue,
Okay.
and they're like this neon blue. It's the best way that I can describe them, and I could see the pattern. But if you were to look at that and look at an anatomy book, it will look the same. And it's
Okay.
because I scried anatomy books. I would stare at them, you know,
Okay.
and to learn it, it's just like I really want to learn this. And so, looking at a picture is very one dimensional. And at school, I was having a little bit of trouble, but then I found a full size anatomy skeleton, and I ended up getting pipe cleaners. And I started with two neck muscles, the SCM and the scalenes. I used the pipe cleaner as muscle tissue and glued them on that neck. And then I look at it, it's like, oh, I get this now spatially. And I did almost the whole skeleton with the exception of the hands and feet.
I remember you talking about that when you came to class one night.
Yeah, it's
I
so
remember you
awesome
talking about that. Yeah.
because I'm putting each one of these pipe cleaners as muscle tissue. I'm getting even more, information and more in depth on what this looks like. I mean, down to a fiber level, because like the hamstring group took like 50 of them just to do one side.
Wow.
And, and so I just glue a bunch together at the ends and put them in there, but then you kind of, move them around to where they look cool. I mean, it always didn't look like something Leonardo da Vinci would do, but it was pretty cool. So learning anatomy is great because it's the blueprint of the human body,
It
and
is.
then you add the intuition, sight with the third eye, and again, it's working with that. You have the sun that you can do that, and the moon that you can do that. The sun is masculine energy, and the moon is feminine energy, and you can breathe that and let it go into your third eye and connect with your rods and cones. And that way, that's going to take that your vision up, your psychic vision or intuitive vision up another step. So
And
going
both of
from
those meditations, by the way, that Larry wrote,
Mhm.
those are on my website, just so you know. The sun meditation and the moon meditation, Larry wrote them. It's his music in the background, is my voice. But yeah, letting in the sun and the moon to the cones
Yeah,
and the rods in the eye and the physical structure of the eye.
and it works.
Yeah.
And so now you build that connection, and it takes effort. Like anything else, you learned how to ride a bike, you kept getting on and on until now it's effortlessly, right? And being in the industry for 10 years and doing anywhere from 60 to 80 massages a month up to 900 a year, and you use those skills, they're going to get honed. And
Yeah.
that's what's just so exciting about what I do. And it's a very I don't it's just such a great thing to do. It's a great job. And I would have never thought I'd been doing this. I thought I would be still building cabinets, snowboards, or being in maintenance. But
Yeah.
all that taught me how to use my hands.
Mm-hmm.
My palpatory skills were there already. I just needed to find, the right tools to teach me to get me to this point. And
Yeah.
thankfully that's been found, and I'm walking my path, and it's so awesome.
Yeah. I think
It's
you
just
are the last student I had who actually like took detailed notes about every experience you had and came to class and shared them. And I'm like, why aren't people doing that? Because that was so enlightening, not just for me, but for everyone else in the class.
yeah.
Because you had these amazing visions that you would share.
Well, when we get that information, and I always get downloads when I'm sleeping. So as an example, it's just like, okay, I have a client that's experiencing this. We've tried A, B, C, D, E. Okay, we're getting results, but we're not getting resolution. So I will go to bed, initiate Reiki, and pull out my anatomy book in my head and think about that client and see what can be done. And that process may take a couple days, a couple weeks, but usually when they come in the next time, I have a new protocol or something else that we could try, something new that we can try, because repeating the same thing over and over again, it's not always conducive, right? I mean, especially with results. And having those early experiences when you're going through the intuitive view class and then the Reiki, I very vivid dreams, just like in real space and time, like right now, just how we are, color, and I can feel heat and pressure and all that. So I'd get up and I'd write them, and I did not always understand or connect it with what I was writing. But a year later, you go back to, hey, there's something in this journal. I'll pick it up and start thumbing through. It's like, oh, now I get that, because now you're ready to. You receive the information, but a year later, now you're ready to use it. That awareness is now there for you to use it.
That's amazing.
And so it's important to write that stuff down, even if it's like blibbly blah blah blue blee blee. Okay, the stuff sometimes just doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't have to make sense right now.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it comes through in an alien language.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Met a couple of those, and numbers, geometric shapes, all kinds of stuff. And it's we don't have to understand it now, because it's been out in this higher frequency. It has to step down to our third dimension, this very low vibration rate, and it takes time for it to resonate at this vibration. And when you make that vibratory connection with that message that you got, that's when you're ready for it. Right. That's when it's going to come in, and that light bulb is going to pop off. Oh, I know what to do with this now. Yeah.
It's really I love the way that you explain things, because I have similar things happen. I just don't explain them as well.
But it's not easy. Language, even just with massage, can be challenging to find the words,
It can be,
we don't really, we're not really in that energy all the time, but that's where I come in, because I do this a lot. And, someone may not be able to quite explain what's going on, but I get what they're saying, because that can be just by where they're placing their hand, their posture, the way they're moving around, even a facial expression, and even eyes will make a change to where you can say that's where the root might be, but they're pointing at another region of the body. So that's kind of like at the end of the line where they might be feeling it, like in the neck, but they're really moving their hands around their hips. So that can be the root of it, So it's not necessarily where I would go first, but it's another piece of the puzzle that you can use to help them, because effectively you want to open the body up and facilitate some change for this person.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember when I came in, I was making some weird face or something. You're like, oh, I know what that is. And I'm like, how do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. But it was just like, you just zone in. It's amazing.
So when you say, and I see the face and I say, I know what that is. It's not so much I understand it mentally, but the energy behind that facial expression tells me. In other words, it goes down to deep listening, and also learning how to read energy, and Reiki is a great foundation for that. But you do that everywhere you go. You walk into the grocery store, you look at a piece of fruit, read the energy. You can do it anywhere and everywhere. If you look in the blue sky and with the sun out, you're going to see prana.
Oh, absolutely.
It just takes a little bit of work, right? And you can see the aura of trees. It's just how to. And because we process on this third dimensional level with our thought process, and it's very dense and slow. But if we allow ourselves to read energy, in other words, just let that energy come into my energetic awareness, and it will translate itself.
Right.
We do get, we do step get in the way sometimes of ourselves between intuition and ego.
Mm-hmm.
And
And just
you
our
know,
brains trying to figure stuff out.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
But following that intuition, letting that be the forefront. When I'm driving down I-90 doing 60,
Mm-hmm.
ego's driving, not intuition.
Right.
But when I'm in my massage therapy room, intuition's driving. Ego can go sit back in the corner, watch TV, eat a banana, do whatever. I don't care. Right
I
now.
love that. Because
And
ego's a monkey and it needs to go sit in the corner and eat a banana.
yeah. I remember that in the intuitive view course, that my ego just kept wanting. It's like, no, being the Gemini, acting like a Gemini. And it's just like, dude, you really need to chill out because you're aggravating me. And ego was kind of shocked, just like, well, you hurt my feelings. No, you're aggravating me. Go sit in the corner, watch Gilligan's Island. I don't care. Okay. When we're done here, get in the car, then it's your turn. And I had to have that conversation for a while.
Yeah.
And
Well, I remember in that class too. I mean, I taught everybody, what does your ego look like? How are you going to set it aside
yeah,
when you're working with energy? Because I think we need our egos. I'm not on this whole band about we need to eliminate our egos. I think that's
no,
baloney.
no,
I don't believe that at all. But there is a time when the ego needs to be engaged, and then there's
yeah,
times when it doesn't need to be engaged. And so I remember that it was actually while I was teaching that class that it came to me that my ego is fragile and beautiful, and it wants to be treated like it's fragile
yeah,
and beautiful.
yeah,
So I picture it like this gorgeous amethyst, and it's almost like I'm just removing my brain and I put it in this beautiful ornate box, and I close the lid very gently and I put it on the shelf, and then I go to work. And when I can do that, which is like I do that actually every time I do a reading, I do that because I don't want my ego getting in the way and skewing information.
yeah,
And I think it's just as important with the body. You don't want your ego getting in the way and skewing what you might be able to see.
yeah. That's so true. And you were a lot kinder to your ego than I was.
I was. Well, I told
Yeah,
you it's fragile and it's pretty,
yeah.
and it has to be treated like it's fragile and pretty.
My ego's awesome, but I just had to
Yeah.
like bark at it, get out of the room, beat it, scram. Because it's the only way it was going to listen.
Go be a monkey somewhere else. Yeah.
Yes. And like with ego and intuition with my practice, when I'm in the part of the admin, when someone comes in and during checkout and scheduling, that's ego.
Mhm.
And there's a mix between ego and intuition, but it's more heavier on the ego side, because we're talking about finances and scheduling things like
Right.
that. So I need to be present for that. But in the room, that's intuition. And going into the room, switching from ego to intuition when I go into session, it's pretty fast. It's like, bam, I'm there. Coming out from session to the front for admin, that could be a little slow sometimes. And I'm not going to lie, I can get loopy.
Oh yeah,
I
I
can
know.
get loopy sometimes.
I
And,
did 13 back-to-back readings yesterday. I understand Loopy.
yeah,
I understand Loopy.
yeah, and even at the end of the day, it's just like, wow, I feel really good, and it's like, ooh, I need a ground because
Yeah.
I'm loopy because I do anywhere from 5 to 7 hours of massage a day,
Wow.
so that's a long time to be in that intuitive energy, to be in that
Yes.
space,
In that higher
and
level. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
and the more you're in that higher level, that intuitive space, the more connected you are, and it's just flipping the switch, and you're
Yeah.
there, and then you just start getting more and more information in,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that's how the tuning forks and the tuning bowls came in,
Yeah.
and then I ended up getting a massage gun, and that's awesome because it really helps relax the muscle, but it works on with the lymphatic system too. So what would take me 15 minutes working on the gun can take care of in 5 minutes. So that way I can get deeper into the body more efficiently and more comfortable for the client.
Excellent. So, Larry, what is the name of your business?
It's called Balance Bodywork and Energetics.
And you are in Bellevue, Washington.
I'm in Bellevue, Washington, in the Lake Hills neighborhood, the corner of 148th and Lake Hills Boulevard.
And it's a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place.
I like it. I
Yeah.
feel comfortable here, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've always liked this space, and yeah, I like it.
Awesome.
I am looking at some new space because I feel I'm going to be outgrowing this here by the end
Yeah.
of next year.
So how does someone make an appointment with you?
Well, they can give me a call or text me. Texting is always good because I don't always hear my phone ring. So my
Okay.
number is 425-281-1840.
Okay.
And they can also do a Google search, and I'll have a Google ad pop up, and you know, they can reach me through the ad that will take me to the co-op website. That will take you to the co-op website, which is Needy Body. So I'm in office at Needy Body Feet and Wellness Center.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I always try to end with a meditation, and I actually haven't done it in the last few weeks. So I would like to do a quick meditation. Y'all up for that? Y'all up to relax? Unless you're driving or cooking, then don't relax. Don't close your eyes. But otherwise, close your eyes, take a deep breath, relax. And just as you are inhaling, just let your lungs naturally fill into your abdomen. And as you're exhaling, just let your muscles relax, let your shoulders fall. And just continue to breathe like that as you visualize roots growing from the bottoms of your feet, down through the floor, into the earth below the building. And just feel your roots as they grow down through the layers of earth, through the sand, the soil, and the rock, all the way down to the center of the planet, where your roots will enter into a crystal cavern. All of the crystals in this cavern have words etched on them. Allow your roots to grow and expand to wrap around the crystals with the following words: balance, peace, health, love, joy, wisdom, clarity, foundation, happiness, abundance, compassion, and gratitude. Leaving your roots wrapped around the crystals, draw energy from the crystals up your roots. See or feel the energy as it moves up your roots through the layers of earth, coming up through the floor and entering your body at the soles of your feet. Feel the grounding, warm earth energy as it moves up your legs and stops at the root chakra. Focus the energy to the root chakra until you can see it glowing brightly in red, or until you feel the chakra open. And take a nice gentle breath. And now feel the energy as it moves into the sacral chakra in your lower abdomen, just above the pubic bone. And visualize energy into that chakra until you can see it glowing brightly in orange, or until you feel the chakra open. And just breathe gently into the chakra and relax as you exhale. Now visualize the energy moving up into the solar plexus chakra just above your navel. Visualize that chakra in yellow, or feel the energy expanding into that chakra, feeling it open. As you again gently breathe into your abdomen and release. And as you release, the energy is moving up into your heart chakra in the center of your chest. Breathe into that chakra until you can see it, visualizing in bright green and feeling the chakra open. Take a deep breath into your chest, your high chest area. And as you exhale, gently relax your muscles as the energy continues to move up into your throat chakra. Feel the energy moving into your throat chakra, visualizing it glowing in bright blue and feeling that chakra open. And again, taking a deep breath, focusing on the throat chakra. And as you exhale, just let the muscles in your neck and your throat relax. And as you breathe in again, the energy moves up to your third eye chakra, focusing the energy to your third eye chakra in your forehead, just above and between your eyebrows, visualizing the color indigo in your third eye, focusing on it until it becomes bright and you feel the third eye chakra opening. Breathing energy into the third eye chakra and exhaling, relaxing again your facial muscles, your forehead. And finally, feeling the energy as it moves to the top of your head to the crown chakra, focusing the energy there until you can see it glowing brightly in violet or until you feel the chakra open. Inhaling and then gently exhaling, feeling your scalp relax, the top of your head relax, and feel the tingling as that chakra opens wide. Now visualize a beam of light going through all 7 chakras, connecting each to the next. Focus on that beam of light until it becomes bright and strong. When the beam of light has become bright and strong, move your consciousness into it. Become the light. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, just allow your body to relax as the beam of light that is you rises up through your crown chakra, up through the ceiling, through the roof, and out into the sky as you begin your journey, moving further and further away from Earth, leaving Earth's atmosphere and moving through the Milky Way galaxy, past the planets and the stars, leaving the galaxy and moving through deep space, all the way out to the edge of the known universe. As you pass the edge of the universe, you enter into the place of pure divine creation. Take a moment now and let the light that you are disperse and become one with all of creation. And as you are there, take a moment to set your intentions for the rest of your week. When you have set your intentions, draw your beam of light back together, bringing with it the shared knowledge and wisdom of the divine creative universe. When your beam of light is completely reassembled, leaving an etheric thread to the universe, begin the journey back to your body, moving through deep space, entering and moving through the Milky Way galaxy, past the planets and the stars, re-entering Earth's atmosphere, coming down through the roof, the ceiling, and re-entering the body at the crown chakra. Feel the divine loving light of the creative universe as it moves through and fills you, allowing some of that energy to move down your roots, to reconnect with the crystals and support the crystals to re-energize them. This is where we will spend the rest of our day, perfectly balanced between heaven and earth. Take a deep breath, and as you release, you may open your eyes. Feels good. Thank you, Larry, for being with us this evening. Thank you, thank you, everyone who has joined us. And remember, we are off next week, but we will be back on September 12th, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a great holiday weekend for those of you in the States, and for those of you everywhere else, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your whole week. This is Monday.
Yeah.
Gloria Banning says, "Hi, Larry."
Hi, Mom.
All right,
So I'd
everyone.
like to say thanks to Nikki, Michelle, and Susan, for joining in the chat, and that's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Christina. Everyone, take care.